Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, Kristen Burry, the convicted mother of baby Chance Walsh, has died in jail. According to a report released by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, Burry was found unconscious in her cell at the county jail just after midnight Saturday morning. Staff started life-saving measures at the jail and transported Burry to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. The Sarasota County Sheriff's and Medical Examiner's Office have both opened investigations into the death. Burry was serving a 25-year sentence for her role in the murder of her 9-week-old son, Chance Walsh. In October, Burry confessed her boyfriend Joseph Walsh beat and suffocated the child, who was later found buried in the woods near the couple's Northport home. Burry had signed a plea deal to testify against Joseph Walsh at his murder trial in November. Detectives say the initial investigation into her death does indicate a suicide. 4 people are in police custody after detectives found more than $6,000 worth of drugs at a Bradenton home. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, James Hall, Justin Lyons, Brian Ball, and Ariel Laycock have all been arrested as the result of the seizure. The Special Investigations Division executed a search warrant at the home on 57th Avenue East. They seized more than 50 grams of meth, 264 grams of marijuana, and 2.5 grams of Xanax, among other drugs. Detectives say no one was injured during the operation. Another arrest has been made in connection to a drug bust at a home near a Northport elementary school. Jarrell Darty is facing multiple charges, including trafficking, possession with intent to sell, and battery. Northport police say they found Darty on Friday with rock cocaine, hydromorphone, and marijuana. They were looking for him after he allegedly punched someone at the home on Narramore Street where that drug bust occurred. The home is right next to Glen Allen Elementary. 2 other suspects were arrested on Wednesday. A vehicle crash early this morning in Manatee County has left 1 person dead. Florida Highway Patrol says it happened on US 301 near the intersection of 9th Street East. FHP reports a car driven by 21-year-old Juana Orozco was heading westbound on US 301. An unidentified pedestrian was in the westbound traffic lane next to his wheelchair. The front of the car hit the pedestrian, who subsequently died at the scene from injuries he sustained. A popular workout spot downtown, the Babe Wheeler branch of the YMCA, has announced they are closing their location on Main Street. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more on this announcement, which for many comes as a surprise.
In just a few short weeks, the doors will be closing here at the YMCA in downtown Sarasota. YMCA officials tell us the rents are just too high here. These workouts will soon come to a complete halt at the Babe Wheeler YMCA on Main Street. In early October, this popular gym will be silenced. Many members are upset about the news.
It's sad because, we've kind of gotten really close and there's a lot of great people that go here.
I'm shocked. I didn't find out until yesterday, and this has been my home every Saturday for so long, and I just love it here.
YMCA officials tell us why the decision was made to close this Y location in the main plaza, and they say it's strictly financial.
The higher rents downtown, we've had some declining revenues, and also just not knowing what's going to happen to this particular building has really caused a lot of uncertainty.
One business that's in the same building as the Y is Saul's New York City Delicatessen. Saul Shanker, one of the partners in the business, says he's sorry to see the Y closing. He tells us he's okay with the rent where he is because of the location.
Moving here enhanced my business incredibly. This is a very upcoming area, this side of Main Street.
This YMCA is planning on combining their services and classes with the Berlin branch location, which is just east of the downtown area. The doors will officially be closing at this Y on October 7th, so you do have a few more weeks to get those workouts in here. Reporting from downtown Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our weather tonight. Wendy?
And Adam, we are looking at the rain moving out, and so we did have some showers that came on through. They were very spotty, widely scattered, not heavy rains that came on through this afternoon. And right now what we're looking at is mostly fair skies all across the state of Florida as those showers have moved out into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're not expecting any rains for the overnight time period. So we don't have anything developing over the east coast that's going to be making its way here throughout the overnight time period. But things are going to be changing. We're going to get into those changes a little bit later on tonight. In the meantime, it's 82 degrees for us right now. Our humidity is high. Those winds are coming in mostly out of the east. And for the overnight period, we're not looking at any rain, and it's going to be nice and sunny all the way through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be talking about the tropics and how hot it got today. We'll be talking about that too. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. John Hinckley, the man who shot President Ronald Reagan in 1981, is sleeping in his own bed tonight for good. Hinckley was sent to a mental hospital instead of prison, and today was released permanently from that facility. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has more.
35 years after nearly assassinating President Ronald Reagan, John Hinckley Jr. is a free man. The Reagan presidency was barely 2 months old when Hinckley ambushed Mr. Reagan as he left a Washington hotel. The president was gravely wounded by a bullet that just missed his heart. A shocked America was shocked again when a jury in the District of Columbia found Hinckley not guilty by reason of insanity.
Disbelief, anger, and bewilderment. All words that describe the reaction here and around the country today.
Since then, John Hinckley has been a patient at St. Elizabeth Mental Hospital in Washington. Although he's been allowed extensive time off the grounds, including prolonged visits home. In July, a federal judge ruled he is no longer a danger to himself or others. Now 61, Hinckley will live with his 90-year-old mother in a gated community on a golf course in Virginia. Neighbors are divided about his permanent homecoming.
It just seems that he played the system, got put away in a mental institution. Now he's out, free.
I mean, he's been under mental health care for decades now, so presumably they've had plenty of time to make a reasoned decision about it.
Hinckley's longtime lawyer, Barry Levine, said in a statement that John Hinckley will be, quote, a citizen about whom we can all be proud. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. Still to come here on ABC 7, several memorials slated for 9/11 tomorrow, one of which was nearly halted by a social media hacker. Those details after the break.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Using baby powder or talc may lead to ovarian cancer. $72 million was awarded in a recent talc lawsuit after lawyers found secret internal documents showing that the baby powder manufacturer knew about the link between talcum powder and ovarian cancer for decades, but never told the public. If you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder on a regular basis, you may qualify for a cash award. Call 800-793-6621. 800-793-6621.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
The Suncoast is hosting multiple events on Sunday as a tribute to those who lost their lives on 9/11 15 years ago. The 9/11 Remembrance Motorcycle Ride will take place tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. The ride leaves from the Fraternal Order of Police Hall in Sarasota. The annual 9/11 memorial ceremony in Venice will be held at Patriots Park. A 2-ton steel beam from the World Trade Center wreckage is part of that memorial to honor those lost. That ceremony starts at 10 a.m. The Standing with Our Fallen event will be held tomorrow from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Sarasota National Cemetery on Clark Road. Congressman Vern Buchanan, Sheriff Thomas Knight, police and fire chiefs, and more will participate in the commemorative service. And there will also be a yoga workshop for those suffering from PTSD at Four Pillars in Lakewood Ranch. Also, the Suncoast Blood Bank is hosting a commemorative blood drive at its Lakewood Ranch Donor Center from noon to 5. The organizer of the event at the Sarasota National Cemetery, the Sarasota Ministerial Association, wants everyone to know that their event is still scheduled for tomorrow night at 6 p.m. The group announcing earlier today that their Facebook page was hacked. The hacker posted on Facebook and sent emails that the 9/11 commemoration is canceled. The group rebutted that their event is happening, rain or shine. Also out on Longboat Key, residents are visibly making sure it's known that the victims and the events of that day are not forgotten. American flags currently lining Gulf of Mexico Drive along the island, one flag every few feet. September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and the Detoli Cancer Center is spreading awareness by conducting free screenings. Dozens of men came out today to get screened for the disease. Not only were they screened for prostate cancer, but also received a blood test and physical exam. The American Cancer Society estimates 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. Other than skin cancer, prostate cancer is the most common in American men.
Some prostate cancer is very indolent. It's a disease that doesn't require treatment. It's a disease you can monitor. Some is much more aggressive. The point of screening is to try to identify people that are in either of those categories so that you can appropriately counsel them on what they should do.
Cancer doesn't discriminate. Anybody could get it, and I'd rather know than not know.
The American Cancer Society says some of the signs of prostate cancer men should look out for include blood in urine or pain in the hips, back, or chest. The American Heart Association has another $215,000 to put towards research thanks to the participants at today's Suncoast Heart Walk. More than 1,500 people converged on Nathan Benderson Park for the American Heart Association's Suncoast Heart Walk. Walkers pounded the pavement for either the 1 or 3 mile distance, raising money for the American Heart Association. The money is used for heart and stroke research and education. Heart disease and stroke survivors, along with their family and friends, and many members of the medical community all took part in this special walk.
I've been doing this for 16 years. My husband is a survivor. He had a heart attack in 1989. And he's had numerous angioplasties.
It gives the community an opportunity to rally together and get out and do something for a cause that almost impacts practically everyone in our community.
Louis Benner, chairman of the American Heart Association Heart Walk, says it gives the community an opportunity to rally together, get out and do something for a cause that almost impacts practically everyone in our community. ABC7's Scott Dennis and CTQ's Lulu were the event MCs at today's Heart Walk. Local anti-drug advocacy group No Longer Silent is marching through Bradenton to raise awareness about rising overdoses in Manatee County. International Overdose Awareness Day is officially on August 31st, but the group spent this evening marching down 14th Street West in solidarity. Many are marching to honor their siblings, children, and parents who died of a drug overdose.
This is the bag that I made for my son, Sean, that, you know, there's never a minute that goes by that, you know, I don't miss him every day. He left behind a son and a family that, you know, loved him and misses him terribly.
No Longer Silent started their march at the Manatee County Courthouse, marching down 14th Street West, turning around at 21st Street West, then ending back at the courthouse for a candlelight vigil. And it's really amazing, you know, how close that community's come together in the wake of these overdoses.
And this is a problem around the country. It's not just affecting our community, but it's everywhere, it seems. So these kinds of walks are good. They really promote a good community spirit, and so we wish everybody the best. I'm glad they were out there. Well, they had good weather to be out there today because we had lots and lots of sunshine. We can't show it to you, but I'm going to tell you it was 95 today. That was our daytime high. It was not the record, which was set back a long time ago. It was 97 degrees once upon a time on this date, but we had a high of 95 degrees today, and we could see hot temperatures again tomorrow. 82 right now for us. Our humidity at 76%. The winds are calm. We have fair skies outside, and what we're looking at right now are temperatures mostly in the 70s and 80s all across the region. We don't have any rain, so we don't have to worry about rains coming through tonight. We've had all the rain we're going to get for today, and what you can see is that we've got temperatures mostly at the beaches. It's a little bit warmer. You get closer into the center of the state, and you're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s right now. And of course, we've been very quiet throughout the day today, really, roughly speaking. We've had just a few of those showers, very isolated, widely scattered, coming in from the East Coast over to the West Coast. And what we're looking at right now are several areas out here in the tropics that are going to certainly continue to bring our attention. So we've got one area that's farther out into the Atlantic. We've got this area right here, which is a tropical wave. It's moving towards the northwest, and we've got another one right here just off of Cuba. Neither one of these are going to pose any kind of threat, but they are going to help to bring about tremendous amounts of moisture in the Atlantic for us. That one system will, and that means that we're going to start to see rain chances increasing as the work week begins. But for the rest of this weekend, it's going to be fairly quiet with just a 30 to 40% chance of rain during the afternoon hour. What we are looking at right now are fair skies. We had the rain showers coming on through primarily over Charlotte County and moving out into the Gulf of Mexico. And right now we don't have anything to report, but over the next couple of days, after tomorrow, after Sunday, we are looking at maybe ½ an inch of rainfall for Central and North Florida. But then as the weekend or the week progresses, we're going to see much greater amounts of rain. We could get as much as ½ an inch to 1½ inches across Central Florida, with more rain down to the south and lesser amounts to the north. So that's what's going to be happening with all that moisture that's going to be streaming on in beginning Monday through Friday of next week. And so that's what we're looking at this point. We don't have any other concerns about that. The tropics are fairly quiet. Once again, we've got just that one system that could become a tropical disturbance. By tomorrow, there's a 90% chance of that happening, but it will not be affecting our state. It's going to be moving across and into the northern Atlantic. And as you can see, we've got temperatures in the low 90s. We could see higher temperatures than that for tomorrow. So that's what we're looking at right now, Adam.
All right, thank you, Wendy. Coming up next is sports. Stick around.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's Independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U, for an independent you.
1-800-350-9872.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. While the dangers of one such airborne threat, asbestos, have long been known, efforts were made to hide the risks from the public. The result? Thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma. Those in the trades may have been harmed by hundreds of companies who produced asbestos-laden products. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court has established asbestos trusts with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us.
Call 800-279-1837.
For nearly 2 decades, we've been fighting for those harmed by asbestos. Act now. Call for a free consultation and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radican. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
Now, sports.
Rays on the road today, taking on a New York Yankees team hoping to make a late playoff push in the tightly contested AL East. Both teams were scoreless for the first 5 innings of this game, but in the 6th, the Yankees finally get to Rays starter Chris Archer. It's Jacoby Ellsbury with the 2-run homer to right field. The very next batter, Gary Sanchez, on a 1-1 count, smacks a slider deep to left center. Yankees go up 3-0 after 6. Now later in the 8th, Rays catcher Bobby Wilson facing starter Masahiro Tanaka. He finally breaks up the shutout with a solo shot. The Rays get 1 run on the board, but that would be all their offense could muster today. Yankees go on to win this one 5-1. It's the Yankees' 7th straight and the 3rd straight loss for the Rays. In college football, it was a good day for most of our major Florida teams. Florida State obliterating Charleston Southern this afternoon in Tallahassee. The Noles on short rest following their big Monday night win against Ole Miss. They would score 28 in the first quarter against the Buccaneers. IMG Academy's DeAndre Francois threw for over 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. Heisman hopeful running back Dalvin Cook added a pair of touchdowns on 11 carries. Seminoles win 52-8. They hit the road to start conference play in Louisville next week. At the Swamp in Gainesville, the Gators honoring their 2006-2007 national championship basketball team before their game against Kentucky. The Wildcats no match for the Florida defense today. 3 interceptions for the Gators in this one. UF sophomore quarterback Luke Del Rio also threw for 4 touchdowns on 320 yards passing. The Gators earned their first SEC win of the season, rolling the Wildcats 45-10. The University of South Florida also won big tonight, hosting the Northern Illinois Huskies. The Bulls advance to 2-0 on the season. And the University of Miami beats Conference USA opponent Florida Atlantic 38-10 in Miami. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them. He's picking up the phone.
Oh, no, not Consolidated Credit.
With one call, they can lower their credit card rates.
And consolidate their bills into one low payment.
They'll pay off their debt in no time.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Because debt sucks.
Call 800-201-0230. That's 800-201-0230. Call now.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
It was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
Are you one of the many Americans who undergo CPAP or BiPAP therapy? How often are you replacing your masks and hoses? Replacing your CPAP or BiPAP supplies every 3 to 6 months is critical to an effective therapy. Bacteria will build up, making you sick, and worn-out straps cause leaks and are just plain uncomfortable. Let Allied Medical Supply Network help. Call Allied Medical to speak to an expert agent that will determine which supplies you need and will set up a schedule for your fresh, brand-name supplies to be delivered right to your door, right when you need them. Shipping's absolutely free, and you may qualify to receive supplies at little or no cost to you. That's right, there's no driving around town or remembering when to order. Call Allied Medical Supply Network today and rest easy.
Call 800-601-0658. That's 800-601-0658.
The nurse in the famous kissing sailor photo has died. Greta Friedman passed away at the age of 92 in Richmond, Virginia. The iconic photo was taken in Times Square on VJ Day at the end of World War II in 1945. Friedman's identity as the nurse in the black and white photo wasn't actually revealed until 1980. The Van Wezel is celebrating the beginning of its season. Tickets for more than 100 of its upcoming events are now on sale. The shows range from live bands and musicals to comedies. Hundreds came out today to get their tickets at the box office early.
And you know, this is my favorite time of the year because this is when things really start to happen. You know, this is it's football season. Everything is happening right now.
All seasons. Van Wezel season, football season, it's all happening.
It's all good. It's all good. It's just hot. It's very, very hot. 95 was our high today. We'll see temperatures back up in the low 90s tomorrow. But the rain chances come in earnest beginning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Well, we need that rain to cool us off.
Exactly.
So it is necessary.
Exactly right.
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys, and thanks for waiting for us. We'll see you next week.